Aristotle once said, "It is the mark of an educated mind to entertain a thought without accepting it." What does this mean? It means true wisdom is not about blindly believing. It is about thinking carefully, questioning deeply, and using reason to guide us. Reason is the light of the mind. Logic is the path that light creates. Together they help us see truth more clearly. Without reason, we may fall into confusion. Without logic, we may follow emotions or opinions. Instead of facts, Aristotle believed human beings are different from animals because we can think. We can ask questions like why and what if. He taught that logic is like a tool. Just as a carpenter uses a hammer to build, the human mind uses logic to understand. Think about it. Every choice you make begins with a thought. If that thought is guided by reason, it can lead you toward wisdom. But if it is guided only by anger, fear, or desire, it may lead you to mistakes. That is why Aristotle insisted we must train the mind, just as we train the body. He gave us the method of logic, a way of moving from one idea to another, step by step until truth is reached. For example, all humans are mortal. Socrates is human. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. This seems simple, but it is the foundation of clear thinking. It teaches us to test ideas before we accept them. Aristotle also warned us that reason is not the enemy of emotion. Emotions are natural, but reason must guide them, just like a rider guides a horse. If the horse runs wild, the rider falls. If anger or desire runs wild, we lose balance. But with reason, we can ride with strength and direction. In life, reason helps us in every situation. When we face problems, logic helps us break them down. Instead of asking, why me? We ask, what is the cause? What is the solution? When people argue, reason teaches us to listen, to weigh evidence, and to decide fairly. Aristotle believed reason is the highest gift of humanity. Through reason, we create science, philosophy, art, and justice. Through logic, we separate truth from lies. This is why he said the educated mind is one that can listen to new ideas without rushing to judge, without fear and without hate. Imagine if we all lived this way. Instead of fighting over opinions, we would seek understanding. Instead of being trapped by emotions, we would rise above them. Reason would guide our choices, and logic would help us build a wiser world. So today, remember Aristotle's lesson. Use your mind like a lamp. Let reason be the flame, and let logic be the glass that protects it. When your lamp shines, you will see clearly. You will walk the path of truth, and you will inspire others to do the same, because in the end, reason is not just about thinking. It is about living wisely, acting justly, and shaping a life that stands firm against confusion. Reason is power. Logic is direction. Together, they lead to wisdom. Got it? Here's a 10-minute simple English voiceover script on self-control, written in an inspirational and storytelling style for smooth narration. Self-control by Aristotle. Aristotle once said, "I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies." Why did he say this? Because the hardest battle is not against the outside world. The hardest battle is against ourselves. Self-control is the power to say yes or no to your own thoughts, your own emotions, and your own desires. It is the strength to guide yourself when no one else is watching. Think about it. Anyone can lose their temper. Anyone can be carried away by anger, greed, or desire. But the person who controls himself, who chooses patience over anger, discipline over weakness, wisdom over impulse, that person is truly powerful. Aristotle believed that without self-control, all other virtues collapse. You may be brave, but without control, bravery turns into recklessness. You may be generous, but without control, generosity turns into waste. You may be strong, but without control, strength turns into violence. Self-control is the foundation that keeps every other virtue steady. Let us take an example. Imagine a man who wants to climb a mountain. The mountain is not outside. It is inside him. At the bottom of the mountain lies laziness, anger, and fear. As he climbs, he meets storms of desire and winds of temptation. Without self-control, he slips and falls. But with self-control, step by step, he climbs higher. And at the top, he finds freedom. Freedom? Yes. Self-control does not chain you, it frees you. A person without control is like a slave, pulled by emotions, dragged by habits, trapped by desires. But the one who has control becomes the master of his own life. Aristotle taught that self-control is built like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it grows. You do not need to control everything in one day. Start with small victories. Control your words when you are angry. Control your habits when you are tempted. Control your time when you feel lazy. These small victories build the strength for bigger battles. He also warned us self-control is not about denying life. It is about balance. To enjoy life wisely, to use pleasure without being ruled by it, to feel emotions without being consumed by them. That is true control. Look around you. Many people lose years of their lives because they cannot control one habit. Some lose their health because they cannot control their diet. Some lose their relationships because they cannot control their anger. Some lose their peace because they cannot control their desires. But those who practice control live with dignity, peace, and strength. So ask yourself, who is truly stronger? The soldier who conquers a city, or the man who conquers himself? The world may praise the soldier for a day, but the man of self-control is victorious every single day of his life. Aristotle's wisdom teaches us that self-control is not a punishment, it is power. It is the art of directing your energy toward your goals. It is the key to happiness, because a controlled mind is a peaceful mind. Imagine your life if you guided your emotions, instead of being guided by them. Imagine your future if you shaped your habits instead of being shaped by them. Imagine your strength if you mastered your own self. This is the path. Aristotle shows us when anger rises, breathe and stay calm. When desire tempts, pause and choose wisely. When fear whispers, stand firm with courage. Every time you choose control, you build a life of wisdom. Every time you overcome yourself, you rise a little higher. So remember, the greatest victory is not over others. The greatest victory is over yourself. Self-control is the secret to true freedom. It is the key to lasting peace, and it is the mark of a wise and powerful soul.